Good evening, everyone. This is Danny Pacheco, and let's go ahead and get started. Appreciate your time for being on time. And let's just kind of look at this disclaimer here real quick. U.S. government required disclaimer. Futures and options trading has large potential rewards, but also large potential risk. You must be aware of the risk and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the futures and options markets. Don't trade with money you can't afford to lose. Folks, I'll let you guys kind of read the rest of that. If you guys need me to email it or send it to you, but the message is clear, it's simple, there's large rewards, but there is risk. If risk is not something that you like, then this is probably not a good option for you. However, to mitigate those risks, we're going to be talking about an incredible system that Mr. Timothy Silva developed, and we're going to be showing you a demonstration tonight of how it works and how that mitigates the risk involved in the futures market. So let's go ahead and get started. And the name of our company is American Commodities Traders. Once again, my name is Danny Pacheco, and ACT or ACT, which is just, for short, American Commodities Traders. So as when we refer to the ACT system, that's what we're talking about, is a private membership group of traders, and we trade exclusively on the S&P Mini 500. We provide education and training to new and experienced traders. Now, ACT, folks, a couple of things. We are not ACTA. Ultimately, you have to make the decision on all of the suggested entry points that comes with our system. We give you the training, the teaching, the education, the mentoring, the suggested entry points, and it's all there at your disposal. But ultimately, you have to pull the trigger. You have to make the decision for yourself. We are also not a CPO. You cannot hand us money for us to trade for you. That's not what we do. We want to empower people so that they can do it for themselves and have control over their financial future. Okay, so we are not a hybrid of anything else. We have not cloned any other system or taken any other system that's out there and reverse engineered it in any way, shape, or form. We're a standalone, unique program that works 24 hours a day in multiple time zones in different markets around the world, the Asian market, the European market, the American market, and there simply isn't anything out there, in my opinion, that remotely compares with what we have. We do not pick trades with a lot of subjectivity. If this is your first look at the world of trading, folks, relax. 6 months ago, I had no clue about trading, and I'm not as clueless as I was, but I can tell you right now, there's people on this webinar that have been trading for years, know vastly more than I do. They will forget more than I will ever learn about trading. But guess what? I have the ACT system, and I'll bet you dollars to donuts that I'm a lot accurate than most experienced traders out there. So ACT does not trade in quantity. This program was designed to be a quality type of selection process, and so our recommendation is that you do 1 to 2 trades per day. So if you could do 1 to 2 trades per day, you're going to do very, very well with the system. We're talking about between 25 and 50% what your brokerage account is in any given month. Now, ACT is customer-centric, so we are looking for customers. We're looking for people that want to trade. And hopefully that the person that invited you to this webinar presentation made that perfectly clear that we are looking for people that like to trade or have always wanted to trade. ACT has a referral program for active customers. So yes, we do have a referral program, and that's not our focus. Our focus is for people to be able to make money from home using our system just with a laptop and an internet connection and our indicators, and be able to make yourself some good money. So why was that created? I kind of just went into that to promote a new way of making income from home with an uptrend instead of an upline, or with a downtrend instead of a downline. So I've been involved in the home business arena now for 9 years full-time, folks, and I got to tell you, I love it. I couldn't see myself doing anything else. I absolutely love the industry. I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. But one of the things that I found over the years is that we've helped a lot of people make money But there's always, some people that they just can't do that, right? So they're looking for an option to be able to work from home that's really and truly a home-based business. And I got to tell you, what we found here is absolutely incredible because you could literally do this without having to chase your family and friends or doing any of that stuff, going to any meetings or any high-pitched sales or learning any skills other than learning how to use our system. Now, we have some background noise there, so I'm going to ask if you can mute yourself out if there's anybody out there that has not been muted out. Okay, thank you so much. And we want to teach new traders. Now, this is important, folks, because this is where I come in. I always wanted to learn how to trade, but there were two main reasons that stopped me from learning how to trade. One, I thought I needed a vast amount of education to be able to learn how to do trading correctly. And then secondly, I thought that you needed a lot of money. And guess what? And I'm right. There's a lot of systems out there that are education intensive, and there's a lot of systems out there. In fact, I was talking to one person today who told me, hey, man, I saw this incredible system, but the recommended minimum amount is $10,000, and you can absolutely not do it unless you have $7,000 in your account. Well, that just kind of blows most people out of the water. They can't do that because it's just so expensive. They have to be, very well off to be able to do it, and then have to spend a lot of time and effort and energy in learning. So we want to take all of that away and just give you something simple, something that's affordable, that anybody can do. So we also want to help experienced traders, because one of the things you're going to find is that when traders get together, they're always trying to exchange strategies because everybody wants to know what everybody else is doing. Why? Because just because they're experienced, that just means they were there. That just means they participated in the industry, but it's not synonymous with success. And so we want to help those experienced traders that haven't really acquired the success that they hope to achieve, and give them something that's, that is a system. It's like clockwork. It's like painting by numbers. So how big is commodities trading, folks? Well, it's in the trillions. In fact, in the S&P Mini 500, about $4 trillion a day are traded every day, folks. So hundreds, thousands, and even more are made every single day with commodities trading. And there's low entry points. Like I said before, when you follow through with this presentation, you're going to find out that it's so affordable to get started that it's just about anybody can participate in this program. So you can make money with commodities trading using our system when the market is going up and when the market is going down. Okay, so folks, if I'm going a little bit too fast, just send me a quick chat and I'll try to slow down a bit. I get excited. I'm really excited right now. But, the last time I was told I was going a little bit too fast, and if that's the case, please, just send me a quick chat and I'll slow it down a bit. But how long will it take to learn? Well, our system is not education intensive. In fact, today we spent about an hour or so trading a group of people out in Europe that had never traded before, folks. And by the end of that session, guess what? They were getting in and out of trades, and that's powerful. So this is results driven. It's simple. All you have to learn is how to get into a trade that meets certain criteria and have discipline. We have a very specific set of rules. There are about, at last count, I believe there were 63. And you have to learn those. No, I'm just kidding, folks. We have 5 rules. That's all there is to it. About 5 basic rules to follow, and you're going to do quite well. So this is an awesome system because while you learn, you can earn and make money, and it's just a win-win for everybody. So American Commodities Traders understands the average person needs a paint-by-numbers program, something that's simple. And so we want to make it as easy and affordable for everyone to participate so anybody can start and use our strategies. If they open a live broker account with as little as $1,000, you could follow our strategy where if you do 1 trade per day, listen to me closely, if you do 1 trade per day, you could earn 25%, or if you pick one of our highest percentage trades with the highest profitability, if you do 1 of those a day, you could just walk away at the end of the month with a 50% gross increase on your broker account. That's powerful. You cannot find that anywhere. So how does it all work? Well, folks, very simple 3-step process here. we go ahead and take all the guesswork out of it. Remember I said there's no subjectivity, so we take out the guesswork. We see in the background there's a lot of moving parts that we're looking at, and when all of those kind of align together and kind of mesh together in nanoseconds, we identify, hey, that's the right trade, and all of this is happening in real time with all the programming that's gone into the system. And what's going to wind up happening is you're going to get a color-coded indicator that I'm going to show you in just a sec. Once you see that color-coded indicator, you're going to pick the trade, and guess what? That's what we call mouse click money. It's as simple as that, folks. So if you know how to click a mouse, if you know how to right-click a mouse or left-click a mouse, and if you know how to get online, if you know how to get on this webinar, you can do this system. It's that simple. So let's give you just a crash course here in reading charts and controls. The reason I'm doing that is you're about to see a demonstration by the creator of our system. And, you know, before you can see that demo, I'd like to just kind of get you familiar with what you're going to see so that when you're looking at it, you could just concentrate on being able to understand how we make money very easily every single day. So real quick, if you look at this chart, the numbers that are here in this vertical axis, those represent the price that's happening in the market as the market is moving along. If you look at this panel here with all of these controls, these green and purple buttons and red buttons, the only one you need to concern yourself with as it relates to our system is the close button. And close means you're closing a trade. It's as simple as that. There's nothing to it. So just remember that that close button just means how to get out of a trade right away. And then these buttons, these numbers at the bottom of your screen, this horizontal axis, those represent time. So those will give you the time when certain price points happen during the market. So if you look at all these green and red candles, they're traveling, right? They're moving. They're in constant moving, and it's just representing time within the market. In fact, every one of these candles represents 1 minute of movement in the market, and that's all that is. So it's either this minute, you know, it's doing this or that. And really, the market's only going to do one of three things. It's either going to go up, it's going to go down, or it's just going to move sideways. It's just going to do a lateral movement. So how do we identify when it goes up and down? It's color-coded. This is a NinjaTrader chart, and so when you have a NinjaTrader chart in front of you, which our system works on a NinjaTrader platform, when you see a red candle, that indicates that the market is going down, and we know that as a short trade. That's just fancy lingo in the world of trading. It's kind of like when you're on a boat, everything becomes aft and stern and bow and all these things. Well, same thing in the trading world. When the market is going down, they call it going short. And when the market is going up, they call that trading long. So if you're going into a long trade, all that means is that it's a green candle and it's going up. So it's up and down. Red is down, green is up. And the only other thing that we need to know before we go into this demonstration is what a tick is. And if you look at one tick, here's a representation of a tick with this arrow. If you look at that price point, it's actually shaded a little bit differently. It's 1409.25, and then the next price going up would be 1409.50. So that's 0.25 of movement if it would go up. And actually, you can see that green candle there actually has a little wick at the top of it. That little white wick that's there above the candle actually hit that price point of 1409.50. So that little wick actually is a perfect representation of what a one tick movement is, in this case of the market going up to that price point. So a tick, folks, represents $12.50 of profit for us when we're taking these tick trades, or we're taking a tick of profit within the market. So blank trades. Okay, this is where we start learning the ACT system. And if you look at these candles, I just showed you that the NinjaTrader platform comes already with red and green candles that represent up and down movement in the market. For you to identify when it's an indicated trade from ACT, from American Commodities Traders, well, we have a very distinct color-coded system. And so if you look at this neon green, it's actually called chartreuse. And so when you see this color chartreuse, not to be confused with neon green, that's one of our indicated trades. And this one is actually what we call a blank trade because it has nothing other than it's painted that color. And you're going to see the difference in just a second. These purple candles that you see here, those indicate a short trade that American Commodities Traders is sending you that signal. So when those candles turn purple or chartreuse, it lets you know that our strategy and our indicator is telling you that the market's either going to go up or it's going to go down when you see the purple candle. Okay, so now these trades right here, these blank trades, these are our highest risk trades. Now that doesn't mean they're high risk. That just means that we have some candles that are even more accurate than the ones that I just showed you. In fact, we have people on this webinar here tonight that have seen me trade live. And I am not a trader, guys. I'm not a professional trader in any way, shape, or form. People here on this call have vastly more knowledge and experience in trading, but I know how to follow these candles because it's simple, right? It's green means it's going to go up and blue means it's going to go down. So when that happens, folks, you can pop in a trade. Now, our highest percentage candles are the candles that have a gold diamond. So if you see the difference between the candles that I just showed you that were blank candles, these now have a gold diamond. So if you like gold and you like diamonds, that's a perfect representation of these candles because guess what? These are the ones that pay the most money. So when you see a chartreuse candle or a purple candle with a gold diamond, you can go for 2 to 3 ticks of profit. So these are the ones that you can take the most profit from, and these are also the candles that are the most accurate. In fact, these next two that I'm going to show you are just as accurate, but they actually pay a little bit less. These you should go, our recommendation is for 1 to 2 ticks of profit maximum. So when you see the green, or excuse me, the chartreuse candle with a blue diamond and the purple candle with a blue diamond, it's just as accurate as the ones I just showed you. The only difference is you're going to go for 1 to 2 ticks of profit on these particular candles. And then when you see the chartreuse with a red diamond and the purple with a red diamond, you are going to go for just 1 tick of profit. And, we have an issue here. Tim, can you hear me?
Yep.
I am experiencing some technical difficulties here.
Uh-oh.
But, okay, looks like I'm good now. Hang on. So those red diamonds can go for 1 tick of profit. Now, what I'm going to do, folks, is I'm going to show you exactly where you place a trade. Now, this is going to be put down. This is going to be very important because I want you to watch closely how simple this, and if you blink, you're going to miss it. So watch closely. If you're in the market, all you're going to do is put your trades right in the middle of those diamonds. So let's watch it one more time. When you see those diamonds, you just put your trade right through the middle of those diamonds. So nothing could be easier than that. And so with that said, I'm going to turn the controls over to Mr. Timothy Silva, who's the creator of our system and who happens to be online here with us, ready to show us a demonstration of how this program works. So, Tim, I'm going to go ahead and give you controls here.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Danny.
There you go, my friend.
Good evening, everybody. With this little demonstration, this is from today. This is actually what happened throughout the day today. This is the 15th. So with this, once the price in the market meets several of our criteria, you'll hear an audible sound go off. In this demonstration, you're not going to hear the sound, but when you're using the system for yourself, you'll hear one. It'll alert you that a trade is about to happen or possibly about to happen. So what you would do at that point in time, for this one here, it's going to end up being a short indicated trade. So we would right click, and place it into the market. Now let me pause this for a second. With this system here, as you see, once this indicated candle turned out to have a gold diamond in it, you see right there is where I placed the trade at for going short. Right here is where we have our ATM strategy set up for our 2 ticks of profit, and up here you'll see where we have our stop loss. Go ahead and go forward in it.
I mean, that's automatic, correct? All that stuff just happens in real time once you pop in?
Correct. Now, with this system, well, with what I'm doing right here in this demonstration, I'm trading a 5-contract account, which is a $5,000 account. So with our system, we have our margins set to where you can trade 1 contract for every $1,000 you have in your broker account. Now, I want to reiterate what Danny had said. If you take just this one trade, shut your computer off and walk away, you do one of those per day, you will have a gross net of 50% on your broker account per month. Why did that hit there? No. We'll go ahead. Now this particular time that we're trading right now, the Philly Fed was just going off right here. This was the Philly Fed announcement, okay, which was at 7 o'clock. Now, once again, you see that I had audible sound that went off that alerted me that a trade was about to happen. I put a pending trade in there, and I've moved it up to where now I'm ready to enter it into the trade. I know it's difficult to see on this, but there's a gold diamond right there in the middle of this candle. It's just like this one is. It's sitting right here. And right there is where I've entered the trade at. I'm now in the trade. Sometimes 1 minute takes a long time. And at that point, we just hit our second trade for the day. That's a $250 gross net right there. I'll move it forward to the next trade.
Now, Tim, how many of these trades can somebody expect to see throughout the day?
Well, let's see. Yesterday there was 40 of them. The day before that there was 39 of them. The day before that was 12. Today, I don't remember offhand, but I do believe there was 26 of them today.
Okay.
Blue, red, and gold.
So it's safe to say that throughout the day there's going to be plenty of opportunities to take trades?
Oh, absolutely.
Now, are you talking about all of our trades or just the diamond trades? Those numbers?
Just the diamond trades.
Just the
I'm talking
diamond
about
trades.
just diamonds. Yeah, I'm not counting the blank trades. The blank trades you'll see pretty much all day long. You know, the only time that you won't really see a lot of them is like when the market is like this over here, where it's just doing massive amounts of movement, which we suggest you do not trade from 6:15 Pacific time to about 7:15 to 7:30, generally speaking. Once again, with this trade here, you would have heard an audible sound go off to indicate that there's a trade possible to happen. Again, there's another gold diamond that has shown up.
Folks,
You've now entered the trade.
Having that audible alarm is really a blessing. I know we can't hear it right now, but once we have that audible alarm, that kind of allows us to be able to, you know, kind of move around, do some other things, maybe watch, you know, TV or work on your computer or whatever it is that you do. Hear that alarm, and will I have enough time to come back and be able to put in a trade? Tim, do people have enough time to do that?
I don't know if I'd be watching TV while it's going on, but, you know, when I'm trading, I'm glued to my computer screen. That's why I designed it to where all I had to do was take 1 to 2 trades a day, call it good, and have 50% in my broker account. I was plenty well happy with that. With one of our rules, if the trade is running away from you, as it is in this one, and it's gone up 4 ticks, 5 ticks away from you from your entry point, you would cancel out your trade because it's already hit its price point, and, you know, like they say in the work, they don't pay for double time, you know. So we just back out. There's plenty more to go on. Once again, you would hear an audible sound. You would place your trade. You wait for your trade to happen. We're now into the trade. And just like that, you're out of the trade. Now, our system runs on price. It's not ran on any other mumbo-jumbo going on out there, and it's got many things that it's got to pass before we even paint a candle. Okay, we'll do one more here. Once again, you'd hear another audible sound. We're in the trade. And that quick, you're out. So in 1 hour's time, from 7:27 to 8:22, if you were on for that 1 hour and you were doing a 5-contract account, that's what you would have made.
Wow. What is that, Tim? I don't have my glasses on here.
$625.
$625, folks. I'm sorry, I don't have my glasses on right now, and it's a little hard to read. It's a little bit small there, but wow. Wow. Tim, are you going to be able to show us, by any chance, like one of those daily runs that you do, maybe half a day or something like that, just so people know that we're not just cherry picking here throughout the day?
Yeah, let me go ahead and stop this for just a moment. Let me see what we got here. I've been having issues with NinjaTrader this evening, so let me pull this up.
Okay, in the meantime, I'm going to just take a couple of questions while you're doing what you're doing, Tim. Does this software work on a Mac computer? The answer is yes, Fred. I believe this is Fred Henderson. It can if you have a dual operating system and have to do all that sort of stuff. But to be quite frank with you, we do not recommend it because you want to be in and out, you want to have a high-speed internet, and you don't want to have another chink in the chain that could slow that process down. So what I know from other people is that when you do that, it kind of slows down the how fast that Mac is going to work. So I would not risk that. I would definitely use a PC. We have another question here from Mr. Dave Duncan. Hello, Mr. Dave Duncan. When you place a trade, does it have to hiccup before you are in the trade? Tim, do you want to answer that?
Yes, and sometimes you'll get into it with a hiccup that you don't see. We call those ghost wicks. Sometimes it just backs up and hits it hard enough, and the price will flash a quarter of a tick, and it'll be just enough to enter you into the trade. Now, I do suggest to everybody that if you're doing our system, I would suggest highly that you do not trade more than 30 contracts at a time. I seem to notice a lot of unfilled orders complete filled orders, I should say, when you're doing over 20 to 25 contracts. So that's what I would suggest.
And then the other question is, of that 625, how much is net profit? And unfortunately, I do not have
we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We had 6 trades, Danny.
Right, I know. I just don't have a calculator in front of me right now, Tim. I apologize. Okay. I'll get one right now. Hang on. Let me see. Hang on a quick second, guys. I'll let you know exactly what that is right now. So we did 6 trades times 5 equals 30 times 3.38. So that's going to be 101 minus $101. So if it was 625, about 524. 524 is your net profit on that. Fred Henderson and whoever else was wondering about that. Tim, are we ready for you now?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I'm still working on it.
Okay.
I'm having issues with getting Ninja to cooperate with me here.
Okay. All right. Well, in the meantime, if you want to just put up on your screen one of the charts, one of the performance charts, and I'll go ahead and go through those.
Okay. Let me bring that up. Okay. Okay, can you see it?
Yes, I can.
Okay, this was ran from December 12th to January 14th.
Excellent.
The system did 288 trades. It lost 10 of those trades. And the trades that it lost were going long, and if anybody's been following the market, you'll understand why. We've been tanking big time in the market. Today was, what did I tell you earlier today, Danny? It was 18 points, 18.6 yes. points, so it's real close to 38 ticks. It dropped today. Yesterday was 120 ticks it dropped, and the day before that was, I think, 160 ticks, I think, total.
Wow.
So it was on a pretty big downhill drop, okay? So it averaged 96.53%. Now, mind you, this is running 24 hours a day, and I don't know a person on the planet that's going to be up 24 hours a day clicking on trades. Well, other than Darcy and Lorna. This is on a $5,000 broker account. It did $12,375 gross net before commissions. And Danny, do you have your calculator?
Yeah, let me figure that out for you right now. Hang on.
Okay.
This is on a 5,000 account, correct?
Correct. 5 contracts.
So let's see this. 288 times 5 times 3.38 equals minus, hang on, 12,375.
Okay, you got that?
Got it. Okay. So on a $5,000 account, Tim, after taking out broker commissions, this is money that goes to your broker. It doesn't go to us. This is just the price to pay, pay to play kind of thing with a broker. They charge about $3.38 per transaction. So it's your net profit over and above your $5,000 is $7,507. Let me say that again, $7,507 on a $5,000 account. That is huge. That is amazing. Wow.
Okay, what our performance system did is these are the days of trading that it did. Now, anybody that has been in trading or knows anything about trading, they know that December and the first part of January is treacherous for people doing what we do, which is considered scalping on the market, right? It's really difficult to earn money. As you see, every single day is in the profit. Did we have losing trades? Absolutely. Yes, we did. And we will always have losing trades. Nobody can tell you 100% what's going to happen on the next candle. It's just not possible. We just have a very accurate way of telling in our eyes what we suggest is going to be happening. This is what we did for the weeks. This was the 50th week of the year, the 51st week of the year, the last week of the year, the first week of this year, the second week of this year, and this week. And let's see, distribution. As you see, this is the times of day. Now, it looks like 4 o'clock for this particular run was a losing time to be trading. 1,900 hours, what is that? That's 7 o'clock at night, right? And that right there is 11 o'clock at night, I believe, right? No?
I don't know, Tim. I'm like,
10 o'clock.
That's
10 o'clock
time. I'm
yeah.
like Pacific time. That's all I know.
But it looks like 9 o'clock in the morning is around your best time. So from 7 o'clock to, I would say, 12 o'clock are your best times of the most profit. The market's definitely more active then, but once again, this system was designed for 1 to 2 trades a day. Shut your computer off, go about the rest of your day. Remember, we're trying to do a business we do from home, not a business we're chained at home. Right?
I like that. I'm going to steal it.
Okay. This is the efficiency of entries. All these you see across the top were in instantly. These ones that you see scattered around down here took a little bit longer to get into the trade, time-wise. Exit efficiency. All of these up here, once again, were out of the trade almost immediately. These down here took a little bit longer. Now, if you want to look at all the trades that it took, we can look at every single trade that the system took. This one here must have been at a really flat time in the market. It took 857 candles for it to finish. That's a lot of candles. Okay? All these other ones took 1 candle to complete. This one took 2, that one took 3, this one took 19. As you see where it had its loss, this one here was at 12:34 in the afternoon. That's Pacific time. By our rules, at 12:30, you stop trading. You do not trade from 12:30 to 1:15. You just don't do it. In fact, I generally don't start looking at my computer again, if I do, until my time around 8 o'clock at night. That's when I'll look at it again. This one here was at 7:03 a.m. This one here was at 7:38 a.m. Now, do we know if news was going on at that time? I have no idea, but our performance system doesn't care. If a diamond shows up, it puts a trade in regardless. Whether it gets in or it gets out, that's all up to what the market does.
Fantastic.
Okay. Is there anything else you would like to see?
No, I'm, I just get even more excited every time I see this. So let me just kind of go back here, Tim, and kind of wrap things up real quick.
Okay.
And okay, let's see here. Let me pause this for just a quick second. I'm sorry, Tim, my mouse stopped working in the middle of the presentation. So
perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Does it need batteries?
I don't know what it needs, but all I know is it's not working. So can you see my screen now?
Yes.
You can?
Yes.
Okay. What do you see at the top of your screen?
I see how much does it cost.
Perfect. Okay, so we're on the right slide. I'm sorry. It's just that because I'm actually using the mouse pen's a little unnerving, to say the least. Okay, here we go. So ACT, the system. Let's go over the pricing, folks, and what comes included in your membership. Number one, the membership, so one-time out-of-pocket of $11.99, so that's a one-time setup fee. It includes your first month of service in terms of the indicators that you're going to receive 24 hours a day. So that monthly fee of $249, it includes a video library of training. So all of the training and everything that you saw Tim do, we take it step by step and kind of break it down in bite-sized videos so that you can learn how to use it and just watch it over and over again until you get it. 24 access to the indicators. So remember, just because it stops here in the U.S. doesn't mean our system stops. You could trade the Asian market, you could trade the European market, and because our system works with 1 or 2 trades a day, there's plenty of trades throughout the entire day for you to be able to achieve between 25 and 50% gross profit on your broker account. It includes technical support and also live training, and so we see if you're like me, and I mean, I love watching videos and learning that way, but sometimes I got to be there with somebody live to just kind of hold my hand and just ask the questions, and maybe to think of some scenario that was just not included in those videos. It could happen, and so you want to have somebody there that's knowledgeable, that's experienced, and I'm not referring to myself, but but somebody like Tim, that's a proficient trader and understands how all of this works together. Now, the referral program, folks, this is something unique about our system here, American Commodities Traders, is that our referral program, before we jump over there, the updates to the system are actually automatic. That's also included in that $249 a month. Now, our referral program is unique in the sense that it's only for active customers. So this is not, remember, we are a customer-centric company, so we definitely want people that actually use the system and that are a part of our company because they love the idea of trading from home and making money from home. That's the ultimate focus here, folks. So if this is something that, if somebody invited you on and was talking to you about, making a ton of money by referring or selling the program, is there that potential? Absolutely. But one of our requirements is this is only for active customers. So if you want to participate in our referral program, you have to be a customer. So with that being said, I know there's people here that would love to find out what those what type of money is involved if you do refer our system out. So I'm going to cover that real quick. It's very, very simple. We actually have a very simple program where we pay $100 for every referral within your sphere of influence, all the way to 5 levels of depth and as wide as you want to go. So you could go and bring in as many people as you want and refer them directly, but guess what? You make exactly the same amount if somebody else refers that. And if somebody else they bring on board refers it, you make the exact same amount. So you get $100 for every referral, 5 levels deep and as wide as you want. So let's do a little quick example here. If you look at those red numbers, those represent 5 levels, okay? So level 1, these are the people that you would refer. So if you just did 2, right, and the average person can actually do 2 or 3. It's between 2 or 3, and it's been the same number for the last 50 years. So if you just did what, the norm is in our industry for the last 50 years, you go out and get 2 people that do the exact same thing, just actually refer it to 2 other customers. Then on the second level, you would make 400. On the first level, you make 200. The second level, you make 400. On the third level, you make $800. And remember, this is just 2 referrals that you brought in directly, and those people actually referred it out to just 2 people. And when you get down to that 4th level, now it's $1,600, and when you get down to the next level at 5 levels, that's $3,200. And if you add all that up together, it's a little over $6,000 if my math isn't off. But let's take a look if you actually did a little bit more. Remember, this is still the norm. Between 2 and 3 is the norm, and it's always been that way for the last 50 years. Now you made $300. But if you go out and those 3 referrals that you brought on board do the exact same thing, now it's $900 on the second level. On that third level is $2,700, $81, right? They go do the same thing, $8,100. And then with an organization or a group of people that get to that 5th level, that's $243 on that 5th level, which would produce $24,300 in income. Now, 4 to get 4 to get 4, I'm just going to kind of fast forward this a little bit, but you can see the geometric progression here is starting to get a little staggering. You get to an organization where on that 5th level, there's 1,024 people. Just on that level alone is 6 figures. Okay, now I've been in this business for 9 years full time, folks, and to be able to make that kind of money up front, and when you add it all up, and I'll get to those totals in just a second, but watch what happens if you just go 5 wide. So you refer 5 people that in turn go refer 5 people as well. When you get down to that 5th level, now you're talking about just shy of $400,000 in commissions, upfront money. But wait, there's more. Let's take a look at these totals here. When you total up that row of 2 people at the beginning, that totals to 62 people, right? But remember, all of these referrals are actually, they're paying for their service every single month, and so we want to share that as well. And if you do the math here, we're actually taking 50% of the money that comes into the company and sharing it with everybody that's out there. So if you add that up, that column, that 200, 400, 800, 1,600, and 3,200, and those numbers in red is the total of that combined, which is 6,200. And if you look at the next one, the example of the 3 to get 3, that's 363. When you combine it all together, you've made a total of 36,300. On the next one, it's just shy of 1,400 people, but now you have 6 figures in your pocket in upfront money, 136,000. And then if you went 5 to get 5 to get 5, 5 levels deep, getting $100 for every single person there, now you're looking at $390,000. $390,500. Now, check this out. residual income, and that's really you know, what excites me, and I know that that's what excites a lot of the people that are on here tonight, is that we're going to be extremely generous in that with those 62 people, folks. Remember, you only referred 2 people that went and did the same thing and just went down 5 levels. That's $930 in residual income with 62 people on your team. Now, if you did the, you know, remember, between 2 and 3, that's the norm. So if you just had norm, you know, the norm or the average person, if you will, 3 that got 3 that get 3, now with an organization of less than 300 and, well, with 363 people, let's be exact here, $5,445. That's a $60,000 a year income residually if your team never grew more than 3 wide, 5 levels deep. If you look at the next one here, if you just did a little bit above average and did 4 that did the exact same thing, then you're looking at a residual income. Remember, in upfront bonuses, you made $136,400, but residually every single month, now you have an income of $20,460, which guess what, folks? That puts you at about $250,000 in income. That's huge on 1,364 people. That's insane. When you go to, you know, 5 to get 5, 58,575, folks. That'll put you in the top 1% of money makers in America. It is an extremely high income. I'll let you do the math on that, but that's with less than 4,000 people on your team with a product that earns you money every single day. Oh, yeah, and by the way, we have this little referral program, right? Because this is something that makes you money every single day. So guess what? Your residual income is tied into a product that is 95 to 97% accurate in the market. Folks, this is incredible. So, but, you know, we have some people on here that have built some really enormous organizations. So usually those types of leaders, and I include myself in that because we've built organizations in the tens of thousands of people domestically and around the world. So we look for depth, right? So beyond that 5th level, if you will, and I want to remind everybody, let me back up real quick. There are no qualifications to earn all of the money that I just showed you. There's no qualifications. There's no balancing. There's no this or that. There's no, you know, you got to give up your first 3 sales and none of that craziness that's out there. You know, I don't even know what they call all that stuff, but there's no qualifications, period. You get all of this just from referring your first person. It'll open up the whole thing for you, 5 levels, including the residual income that I just talked about. So, rank advancements. Now, this is for the people that want to go beyond that 5th level. So these are your, you know, your high achievers, the ones that are going to go for the gold. To get to director, which is the 1st level, it's 3 personal sales, right, of the ACT system, and then 20 sales in your total group will qualify you as a director. You do a little bit more, you go get 2 more personally, and then 50 total in your group. Which means that your 20 just went out and worked a little bit, got 2 each, or something close to that. And when you hit national, you're going to go, you work a little bit more. You're going to go get 5 more personal sales, and now you're going to have 100 total in your group. And then when you hit the rank of international, you're going to personally sell 20 systems and 200 total in your group. So those are the ranks. Now, in order to achieve these ranks, there is one rule. 50% of the volume to qualify you for that rank can only come from one team. Now, this is huge, folks, because a lot of those other companies out there, they tell you 40% and they want you to build 3 legs and you got to balance those. Here it's just 2. Just actually you build one team that gives you 50%. So if it's 20 sales, for example, to hit director, it means that out of one team, the system will calculate 10 of those cells towards your rank advancement. And then the other 10 cells can come from as many other people on your team, on separate teams, it doesn't matter. So combined, you can get the other 10 cells from there, and so on and so forth for all of these rank advancements. So the one rule is 50% of the volume can come from one team or leg. Okay, now, what do you get? Well, when you hit the rank of director, you get an extra $20 bonus. Now, goes to infinity until another director comes and in that same line of sponsorship and blocks you from that bonus. But I'll show you exactly how we deal with that in just a second, because I don't want anybody moaning right now, because we thought of everything, folks. So to make this as clean and as easy and as profitable, and giving that leader the depth that you need to build a massive organization worldwide. The executive level, there's an additional $20 bonus. And then the national has an additional $20 bonus, and the international has an additional $20 bonus. So let's look at the scenario real quick. Let's say that you're an international. You really went for gold, and you went and referred the system out. You would be able to pick up the 20 from director, the 20 from executive, and the 20 from national, along with the 20 of international, and you could potentially overwrite $80 of every single cell in your organization until somebody catches you up, right? So you're thinking, well, I don't want anybody to catch me up. Well, that's not what we want. We want to promote a team environment. So what we've done is we've created an infinity bonus that goes along with that director level. So once you hit director, you get an extra $5 bonus. The executive a $10 bonus, the national another $15 bonus, and international another $20 bonus. Now, so when you're caught by, not caught, but if somebody actually advances in rank, and you help them, well, guess what? Instead of getting this infinity bonus that's added to those director levels and the executives, this is over and above the 20, right? So when you help somebody achieve these ranks, well, guess what? We want to reward you. Instead of penalizing you, we want to reward you. So you wouldn't get that $5 bonus from director. When the next director catches you up, guess what? Now you're going to make $15. So we're actually going to incentivize you to help people reach the next bonus. Now remember, all of these are bonuses that go to infinity until somebody else advances in that rank. But once that happens, what it does, it kicks in that team leader bonus. And so at the executive, you would not be making that $10 bonus, but now you're going to be making $20. And at the national level of $15, you would stop making that $15 bonus, but now you're making $25. And in the international, you would not be making that $20, you would be making the $30 bonus for your team effort and helping other people actually rank advance. So it's pretty cut and dry, pretty simple. I'm already getting messages throughout this webinar. I've been getting text messages. How do I start? How do I get it? So let's go through that real quick, what to do next. Now, most of the folks that are on this webinar are from our West Coast team. And I believe most of the people that are on this webinar are in some way, somehow connected to Ms. Darcy Allen or Ms. Lorna Fisher or Mr. Fadi Marawi. So all of these folks have already been sent out this Act Trading System payment processing form. So remember that we're doing a soft release of 100 systems between now and next week. So it starts now. In fact, you guys are the very first people to be exposed to this payment processing form. So you're just going to be placing in referred by, leave the ID blank for now, fill out all of the information here, name, address, email, phone number. For international, there's the wiring SWIFT code. There's all the information that you need for the transfers for international. And then you want to put in circle whether it's a cashier's check, money order, or if it's a wire, and make sure that you put the date and the time and the amount that you sent in. And what you want to do is you want to attach the deposit or wire receipt and the image of the cashier's check or money order, if applicable, in that blank space. And you want to go ahead and send those in to support@acttradingsystem.com. Now, folks, it has been my pleasure to be your host over the next hour or so. I want to thank each and every one of you for being on this webinar presentation. I want to take a moment here. And Tim, are you there? Do you have any last closing comments here?
I just want to thank everybody for being here. It was a pleasure, and I hope to be talking to all of you soon.
Fantastic. So why don't we go ahead and close it out for today. Folks, this is the very beginning. You can only be first one time, and this is one of those times. You guys are privileged in being the first group where this information has been released and giving you the ability to get on board and